Happy Thanksgiving, wrestling fans! It is Thanksgiving night at the Omni. Josh with you, sold out crowd. This is World Championship Wrestling. We have 5 amazing matches coming your way. Kicking things off with a rematch from 2 weeks ago. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on the Claw Master Baron von Raschke.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Russian gladiator, Irvin Koloff. And from Germany, weighing in at 281 pounds, Baron.
This is night 1 of Starrcade. We'll be with you again this Saturday, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope your holiday has been great so far. We should get off here before the Bengals and the Ravens play. I think that's over on Amazon Prime, but I'm not sure. It might be on one of the network channels. I see members of Paul Jones's army accompanying Raschke to the ring. Ivan Koloff and the Barbarian. And of course, number 1, Paul Jones. They will be in the corner of the Baron here this evening for this big grudge match. Ricky Steamboat won by disqualification 2 weeks ago. And now the rematch has been signed. Later tonight, we will see the fabulous Freebirds, Michael Hayes and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin taking on Z-Man and Flying Brian. Also, the total package Lex Luger will square off against Rick Martel. Another return match as Tommy Rich challenges Vader. They went to the time limit draw 2 weeks ago. Tommy Rich really took Vader to the max. And of course, our big main event this evening. The World Tag Team titles are on the line. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, will defend against 2 members of the Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. That's all coming your way this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our referee, of course, tonight is Bill Scott. Fans eagerly awaiting the arrival of the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. And now he walks down the rampway. What an ovation.
And his opponent, from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing in at 235 pounds, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Don't forget this Saturday, night 2 of Starrcade, we will see the TV title defended. Barry Windham, the champion, taking on the challenger, Firebreaker Chip. Also just signed after this past Saturday, we saw the fight between Doom and Tito Santana and Sam Houston. That match has been signed for this Saturday. A rematch. Santana and Houston taking on Doom. Doom won the first one a few weeks ago. We'll also see Larry Zbyszko take on Brad Armstrong. And then 3 title matches. Here's the bell. Head scissors here by the Dragon. 15-minute time limit in this one. 3 title matches coming your way. Actually 4, but the 3 I didn't mention. U.S. Tag Team titles on the line. The Midnight Express, the champions, taking on the Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott. And of course, Sting putting the U.S. title on the line against Ravishing Rick Rude. And Magnum TA looking to regain the world title from Ric Flair. That's all coming your way this Saturday. Steamboat now whips Raschke into the corner. And Raschke moved out of the way and delivers an excellent clothesline that takes down Ricky the Dragon. Raschke with a strong knee to the neck. And now carries Steamboat over. Just walking on him. All the weight landing on the stomach of Steamboat. A lateral press, a kick out by Ricky. And Steamboat is clearly outnumbered in this one. Full Nelson here by Baron von Raschke. Actually not linking the fingers together, but instead just applying the pressure to the side to the head, squeezing. Steamboat able to escape, but Raschke keeps his foot on the gas and delivers an excellent suplex. And again, walking all over Ricky Steamboat. One foot landing on the chest, the other on the sternum. Raschke now picks up Steamboat. What strength there. Another suplex by Baron. Cover one. Steamboat kicks out. Drives the knee to the lower back. Now to the back of the head. Raschke just working over Ricky. Big side slam. And Ivan Koloff flapping at ringside. Again, just trying to gush all the air out of Ricky Steamboat by walking on him for the third time. And now the Baron has him up. Great suplex. So let me know in the comments, are you planning to participate in Black Friday this year? It has changed so much over the years. You can get most of the deals online, I suppose. But a lot of the deals don't even seem like steep discounts. Cover here by Raschke. One. I remember years ago, the last time I went to a physical store for Black Friday. Well, I shouldn't say that, but the last time I went looking for a specific item, it was a Nintendo Wii, the Christmas of 2011. The Wii U was coming out, and so the Wiis were a bargain. They were one of the doorbuster items. My wife and I went at like midnight at Walmart, picked up a blue Wii system. I couldn't tell you how much it was. It seemed like a good deal at the time, but I'm not so sure it was. Off the ropes. The chop takes down Baron von Raschke. I want to say it was $100, which seems high. Sleeper hold here by Ricky Steamboat. Raschke was able to grab the top rope and break the hold. Ricky going up top, high risk move. He might be looking to fly right here with the flying body press. That's his move. If he lands it, it's over. Off the top, wasted too much time, and Raschke caught him. He had that well scouted. Drops him throat first over the top rope. Picks him up, and there's the claw. Good night, Ricky Steamboat. The claw locked him, but no, Ricky trying to pull the hand away, and he does. He drives the hand away, and now Ricky with a snapmare. Measures him. Snaps the head down. Steamboat now with the cover, hooks the leg, middle of the ring. 2 and 3, no, near fall. Raschke just kicked out. Steamboat now drives the elbow to the top of the head. Steamboat now has him. Last year, I think I didn't participate in Black Friday at all. Bought nothing. The year before, I bought some video games online that were discounted. Cover here by Ricky. 1. A 1 count. And the year before that, I think I went to a few physical stores, but not really with the intent to buy anything. I don't know that I actually did. I'm sure I bought something. Maybe some cheap DVDs or something, movies, Blu-rays. Good move there by Steamboat. But how many stores actually carry physical media anymore? Steamboat on the top rope. Double axe handle. One Walmart does, at least ours does. Steamboat throws Raschke back into the ring and follows him. Paul Jones was coming over, perhaps to attack Ricky Steamboat. 9 minutes remain in the time limit. Flips him over. Great move there by the Dragon. And now Ricky going up top. Big splash and a cover. Leg grapevines gets a 1 count. Steamboat wondering what he has to do to put away Baron von Raschke. Picks him up. Big forearm shot by the Baron. Picks him up and slams him down. Baron now tying up the Dragon. Applying a chicken wing. Pulling him up. Stretching the arms and bending the legs. Steamboat in trouble. He may have to submit right here. Bill Scott checking in. Asking him, do you want me to ring the bell? But Steamboat kicks free. Big chop there by the Dragon. Whips him into the corner. Charging in. Monkey flip. Great execution. 8 minutes left in the time limit. Steamboat now with the shoulder claw. Slams him down. Cover. Hooks the leg. Referee slow to get down there to count. 2 and near fall. Steamboat had some beef there. He would have pinned him for the 3 count had referee Bill Scott got into position sooner. Figure 4 about to be locked in. He might get the submission win. Raschke nowhere to go. He's going to punch the leg and slap the face to break free. Raschke hobbling. Big right hand stunned Ricky Steamboat. Raschke now turning things around. Stomping away on Ricky. Rakes the eyes with the boots. Chin lock here by the Clawmaster. Ricky getting to his feet. Drives the elbow to the midsection. It is deafening here in Atlanta, Georgia, the Omni. There's a sleeper. Locked on out of nowhere. And Baron in trouble. Thrashing the arms around. He locked it on. And that's going to do it. Referee calls for the bell. Steamboat collapses to his knees. There's Barbarian up on the apron. Ricky Steamboat wins. Earlier on, Steamboat locked on that sleeper. Baron was lucky to get to the ropes. Could not do it the second time. He had the flying body press well scouted, but had no answer for that sleeper hold. And Ricky Steamboat must have sensed it. That's why he went to it that second time. Caught Baron by surprise.
Here is your winner, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. We have more great matches coming your way. It is time for tag team action. The fabulous Freebirds to take on Flying Brian Pillman and the Z-Man, Tom Zenk. What a great match to kick off the program. Great win for Ricky Steamboat. And here's the Z-Man and Brian Pillman making their way down the rampway.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 466 pounds, Brian and Z-Man Tom Zenk.
Tom Zenk has scored 2 wins in recent weeks over Michael Hayes. Hayes won that rematch this past Saturday, but Z-Man came out victorious again. They were hoping to defeat the Freebirds here tonight in tag team action. Very important match in the tag team rankings. Both teams top contenders to the U.S. tag team titles, currently held by the Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane, but they will put those titles on the line this Saturday, just 2 days from today, against the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott. Just want to take a minute to thank you for watching these videos over the past year. This channel would be nothing without you. So thank you for subscribing and liking the videos and commenting. Precious following her men to the ring.
And their opponents, accompanied by Precious, and at a combined weight of 498 pounds, Gorgeous Jimmy Gavin and Michael P.S. Ace, the fabulous Freebirds.
Hope you've taken some time to think about things you're thankful for during this season. I know I certainly have. I'm thankful that Jesus Christ died on the cross. He suffered, bled, and died, lived that perfect life. And he rose again the third day so that everyone who believes in him will have salvation and enter heaven one day. I'm also thankful for my wife We've been married for 14 years. Flying Brian will start things off against Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. 20-minute time limit in this one. And Flying Brian used Jimmy Garvin's momentum against him. Just that great shoulder tackle, the football experience coming into play. Flying Brian used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. You can see them play, or at least attempt to, a little later tonight if you choose. I know I'll be watching and rooting them on. Pillman picks him up. Victory roll here by Flying Brian, a modified version of it. Can he hold him down? Almost had a quick win in under a minute. Picks up Gorgeous Jimmy. Throws him into the corner. Tag made to the Z-Man. Double team. Double hip toss here by Flying Brian and Tom Zenk. Front face lock. Reversal by Jimmy. Takes him. Clubbing blow there by Gorgeous Jimmy. Z-Man swinging away blindly. Came up empty. And Jimmy Garvin executes a great suplex. Tag made to Michael PSA. Z-Man ready for him, but no. He gets his clock cleaned. A forearm shot takes Z-Man to the mat. And Michael Hayes looking to exact some revenge. Take out some frustrations on those two losses on Tom Zenk. And Hayes now kicking away. Stomping away on Z-Man. Z-Man gets to his feet. Good back elbow. And a right hand sends Garvin sailing to the floor. Z-Man runs over and makes a tag to Flying Brian. Forearm shot and a punch to the kidneys. Actually, it was to the rib cage. Wrong area of the body there. Michael Hayes follows Pillman out to the floor. Picks him up. Clothesline. He took him down. Hayes now drives Pillman's face hard against that apron. Z-Man coming up from behind and helping out his teammate. Slams down Michael Hayes. Pillman with a shoulder tackle sends Garvin sailing off the apron. Michael Hayes back in. Hayes whips him into the corner. Charging in. Pillman moved out of the way and Hayes hit face first against that top turnbuckle. Good back suplex by Pillman. Hayes gets to his feet. Clothesline by Pillman. Hayes shoves him off. Went for a clothesline. He just collapsed. Ran out of strength. Ran out of energy and just dropped to the mat. And Pillman turns him over with the Boston Crab. Hayes trying to grab that bottom rope to break the hold. Trying to drag his way over there, but instead, in doing so, he caused Pillman to lose his balance. Pillman lost the grip there. And now Hayes coming back into this matchup. Hayes measures him. Snaps the head down. Pillman kicks him away. Runs over and makes the tag to Tom Zenk. A lot of good exchanges here between Pillman and Z-Man. I think they're working a little better as a team so far than the Freebirds. Z-Man cranking the neck. Slams the head down. We are hoping to be off by 8 o'clock. So plenty of time to watch that Bengals game if you choose to. Tag made to Garvin. Charge again, running clothesline. Head scissors here by Garvin. Precious cheering on her man. She has also come to find herself rooting for Michael Hayes. Although there's a deeper connection to Garvin, of course. Tag made to Pillman. Running elbow drop there by Flying Brian in a second. He calls out for the crowd. Do you want one more? He's asking him. There's a third. He gives it to him. Some of the fans booing, however. Maybe they don't like the Bengals. Kick there by Garvin. Hayes and Garvin are from Atlanta, Georgia, so they should have the home field advantage, but not really feeling it here tonight as we approach 15 minutes remaining in the time limit. Good move there by Hayes. Picks him up. And drops him throat first over the top rope. Stomps the arm. Throws him into the corner, charging in. Again, Pillman moved out of the way. Deja vu. Good head scissors there. We saw it happen earlier in the opposite corner. And a second head scissor takeover by Pillman. Pillman fired up. He's able to make the tag. A lot of that celebrating allowed that to happen. But Pillman doesn't care. He wants to take it to Garvin as well. And Flying Brian going up top. Big splash. Cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. A2 count. Good kick out there by Garvin. Flying Brian going after the leg. Drops the elbow across the knee. Again, targeting that kneecap. Pillman doing a lot of showboating here this evening. Fans getting into it. Front face lock. Abdominal stretch. Bill Scott asking Jimmy if he wants to call it quits right here. Call it a night. But no, Garvin with a hip toss. Now Garvin. Some payback there as he just stomped his knee. See how you like it, he said. Garvin working the shoulder, may have injured it. He's going to tag out here and try to recover. Pillman with a forearm shot. And another. Again, here comes that third version of his Frankensteiner. The leg scissors. Head scissor takedown. Pillman waiting for Hayes to get to his feet. He's a long way from him. Missile drop kick right on the button, but might have caught him in the chest. Cover. Leg hook 1. Usually when you see Z-Man execute that move, he hits the opponent right on the kisser. That one looked like it landed on the chest of Michael Hayes. Tag made to Tom Zenk. Good backdrop there by Michael Hayes. Just deadlifting Z-Man now to his feet and whips him into the opposite corner. Thunderous clothesline. And down goes the Z-Man. Hayes now stomping the arm. Looking for the Russian leg sweep. Great move. Hayes winded. Leans over. Putting his hands on his knees. Trying to catch his breath. Hayes is trying to slow down the tempo. It has been an onslaught from Z-Man and Pillman up until this point. Throws him into the corner. Double team coming up. Picks him up. We're going to DDT Z-Man. And Garvin holds on to him and drives him head first to the mat. That's going to do it. Cover. Wraps him up. But there's Brian Pillman to make the save. If Pillman doesn't get in the ring, this one's over. Pillman backdrops Garvin. Going after Hayes now. Grabs him. Has him up. Great suplex. We got all 4 men in the ring. Bill Scott needs to get Pillman out of there. And Flying Brian leaps over the top rope. Z-Man and Jimmy Garvin, the legal men. Pillman is after Michael Hayes on the floor. The Z-Man now, from behind, rolls up Garvin. Might hold him down. 1, 2. Garvin just kicked out. He shoved him off. Misdirection there by Garvin. Z-Man trying to pick him up. Reversal by Garvin. Great move. He blocked the suplex, turned it around, and suplexed Z-Man. Pillman grabs Jimmy Garvin from behind. He is wanting Z-Man to hit him, but Z-Man is groggy. He doesn't know where he even is. The Z-Man now regains his composure and delivers a great body slam. Look out for Michael Hayes from behind, trying to grab the Z-Man. Unable to reach him, and now Z-Man from behind. Great Frankensteiner. I think he did it better than Pillman earlier. We are fast approaching 10 minutes left in the time limit. This one's been going on for nearly 10 minutes. Good swinging neckbreaker. And a cover. Leg hooked. Can he hold him down? 1, 2. A2 count. Snaps the head down. And the Z-Man steps inside. He's looking for the figure 4. Has it locked on. Garvin A long way from the ropes. Can he turn it over? He punched him right in the hip. And now Garvin hobbling, but he was able to escape. Landed a solid blow right to the hip of Z-Man. Trying to dislocate it. Good spinning back elbow. Caught him flush on the mouth. Here, the flesh just smacking. Garvin measures him. Drops the knee across the forehead. Z-Man bleeding. Z-Man's been bloodied. I think his nose is bleeding. He bloodied his nose. Picks him up. Z-Man slips behind. Shoves him off. Clothesline up and over. Goes Jimmy Garvin. And Z-Man needs to make this tag. He's got to get out of the ring. Flying Brian off the top rope. Flying fist drop. He caught Garvin between the eyes. Throws him back in. Pillman going up top. Again, Garvin a long way away. Can Pillman reach him? Off the top. Garvin caught him. He was going for the flying clothesline. Jimmy caught him. And now Jimmy looking for the DDT if he lands it. This one could be over. Flying Brian caught the leg and delivers a stunning clothesline that floors Jimmy Garvin. Pillman now taunting Garvin. Flying heel kick. And now Garvin's been busted open. Right above the eye, a laceration has formed. And Pillman on top. High risk move. What's he going for? High cross body, but Garvin caught him. Jimmy Garvin caught him and slammed him down. What a match here between these two teams. Garvin measures Pillman. Rolling knee drop. Z-Man from behind trying to grab Garvin, unable to reach him. Leaping leg drop, and referee Bill Scott warning Z-Man to get out of the ring. Oh, low kick there. Low kick by Garvin, and there's the DDT. This one's got to be all. That's got to be all. She wrote for Pillman, but he is not going for the cover. What is Garvin thinking here? He could have pinned him. And fans, I don't think it's the nose of Z-Man that's been busted open, but rather the forehead. Actually, he is bleeding from the nose, perhaps, as well. But the main cut looks to be from the forehead. Same applying to Garvin. Victory roll out of nowhere. Pillman, can he hold him down? 1, 2, and 3. No! He kicked out. And Flying Brian says, you try it. I can't pin this guy. Good shoulder tackle. Jimmy Garvin trying to crawl over and make the tag. Z-Man let him crawl a few inches before stopping him. Roll up here by Tom Zenk. Can he hold him down? 1. Michael Hayes was coming in to help his partner. Z-Man takes a swing at him and now grabs him, snap mirrors him in the ring. Good spinning back elbow by the Z-Man. Went for the elbow drop, nobody home. Garvin throws him into the corner. Charging in, clothesline. And Garvin celebrating. Look out, here comes Flying Brian over. Bill Scott orders him out of the ring. We are fast approaching, just 5 minutes left in the time limit. Measures him, drives the fist to that wounded forehead. Strong kick to the back. Garvin now has Z-Man, picks him up. Backbreaker. Devastating move. And now Garvin drags him to the middle of the ring. He's going to measure him here. Rolling knee drop again. Yeah, Garvin's bleeding badly. So is the Z-Man. I don't know if that blood has run down from his forehead. Talking about Garvin, but it's all over the middle of his chest. Drop toe. Z-Man is bleeding like a pig. Knocks him off the apron. I don't know how Z-Man's even seeing his face, that crimson mask. And the Z-Man knocked Hayes off the apron. He's on the top rope now. The missile drop kick. There it is. Right between the eyes. Cover. Leg hooked. 1, 2. It's over. A bloodbath here in Atlanta. But Z-Man and Brian emerge victorious. Z-Man's going to need medical attention, as will gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. What a tag team match. Pillman and Z-Man fortunate to come out on top. The Freebirds took it to him. Impressive win by this young duo over a veteran team.
Here are your winners, Brian and Z-Man Tom Zenk.
Come on, gentlemen, you gotta get checked out, buddy. He's lost a lot of blood. Hope you're not eating your Thanksgiving meal as you take a look at that. We'll be right back. Singles action now. The total package, Lex Luger taking on the model Rick Martel. Luger, of course, a member of Hot Stuff International, Missy Hyatt's group. Martel, a member of Medusa's Militia. They were tag team partners in the Lethal Lottery, and now bitter foes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by S.I.D. And from Cocoa Beach, Florida, weighing in at 234 pounds, Rick the Model Martel.
Martel brought plenty of backup. I don't know if he bought them or not, but Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey and Medusa will be in his corner. The Skyscrapers backing up Martel as well as Medusa. It'll be interesting to see if Lex Luger comes out with anyone besides his manager, Missy Hyatt. We know Sting getting ready for his big match in 2 days against Rick Rude. And I don't think Sting's even here tonight. Perhaps the Steiner brothers are. But they are also prepping for their big match in 2 days as they challenge for those U.S. Tag Team titles held by beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane. Still to come, Vader taking on Wildfire Tommy Rich in a rematch. Rich had delivered that Luthez Perez with the seconds winding down. The time limit draw. Now they're going to get a rematch tonight with 5 minutes added to the time limit. Instead of 10 minutes, it'll be a 15-minute time limit. Same as this one. And of course, still to come, the big main event. The Horsemen challenging the Rock and Roll Express for the World Tag Team titles. What an ovation for the total package Lex Luger as he makes his way down the rampway with Missy Hyatt. No backup for him besides Hyatt.
Accompanied by Melissa. And from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, the total package, Lex Luger.
When I first started doing the commentary here for this channel, I used to always cut out any mistakes I make. Anymore, I just leave them because I want you to know this is not AI. You're actually hearing a real person. Not a big fan of AI. I think it has some good points, you know, looking up information, but when you have it subbing out humans, I don't think that's great. Just my opinion. There's the bell. And Martel laying it in on the total package. Picks him up. Throws him into the corner. Luger hit face first against that top turnbuckle. Swift kick there by Martel. Luger gets up and good shoulder tackle. Runs over Martel. I really think the human element is something that can't be replaced. You know, people have feelings, and big slam there by Luger. Cover. kicks out. Opinions, whether you agree with them or not, it's all part of the package. I've heard of men who were engaged to real women. They found these AI robot women, and they actually called off their wedding to be with them. That's really strange to me. Covered here by Luger, and a kick out. I just can't see replacing something, a real woman, with a fake. Boston Crab here by Luger. Martel powers his way free. Great strength in the legs by the model. Strong kick there. Slams his head down. Martel rolls him over. Drives the wrist against the mat. Off the ropes now. Measures up and drives the elbow right across the Adam's apple. Picks him up. Into the corner, charging in. Luger caught him with a left. Look at the strength of the total package. Military pressing him, slamming him to the mat, and now flexing his muscles. Has him up, 13 minutes left in the time limit. Into the ropes. Both men collide. Good block there by Martel. I think Luger was going for the clothesline. Martel aimed low and just prevented his arms from getting up. Good airplane spin, and Sid Vicious just threw a chair into the ring. He slid it right under the bottom rope, hoping not to be seen, and I don't think the referee did see it. He may not even be aware it's there now. Now he is. There's Sid up on the apron, distracting the referee. Meanwhile, Luger out on the floor, talking things over with Missy Hyatt. Dan Spivey coming over. Look out for Spivey. He took a cheap shot on Luger. Referee didn't see it. Hit him in the back of the head. Luger yelling at Spivey. And Luger's going to return to the ring, and he has given Spivey an earful. Now yelling at Sid Vicious. Martel in. Down goes referee Bill Scott. I think Luger knocked him over intentionally. He's got the chair. He's got the chair. And thankfully for him, it's hitting off that middle rope. Martel was lucky there. It bounced off the middle rope and did not hit Martel. He really was fortunate. Clothesline. That middle rope acted as a shield. Good block there by Luger. Low kick and a DDT. Cover. Leg hooked. Martel kicks out. Luger looking for the camel clutch. Looking for a submission win over Martel. Martel prying the hands away. And now trips him up. Grab the ankles. Big punch to the midsection. That really knocked the wind out of Luger. Martel has him against the ropes. Looking for perhaps a slingshot suplex. That would have made Tully Blanchard proud. Great move. That's Blanchard's move. Luger's definitely had his dealings with Tully over the recent months. Luger comes up, but Martel knocks him right back down with a good clothesline. Cranking the neck. Now slams him down. Kicks him up. Kicks him before Luger can even get up. 1, cover, 2. A near fall. Luger just lifted the shoulder off the mat before the count of 3. Before that hand slapped down for 3, Luger almost lost right there. Martel really fired up. He's really thinking he can win this thing. Martel definitely an underdog in this one. Driving the elbow. And Martel fighting back. Caught Luger right in the mouth with a right hand. Beautiful backbreaker. Luger rolls under the ropes. He's up on the apron now. Pulled himself up by the top rope. Good block by the total package. Front face lock. Less than 10 minutes left in the time limit. Great elevation on that backdrop. Luger measures him. High knee lift. Has him in. Good backbreaker. Nice elbow drop. Luger, look at that. Right up in his face, flexing. Front face lock. Big knee right to the mouth. Good backbreaker. Throws him in. Right into the corner. Charging in. Wicked clothesline. And now look at that. Luger yelling at Sid Vicious. Not sure if Sid provoked it or not. Good elbow drop off the middle rope. And a cover by the total package. He wants to put Martel up in that rack, but he'll take a pinfall win just the same. That was a near fall. Martel just got the shoulder off the mat in the nick of time. Luger stomps the midsection. Luger again, good waist lock. Nice takedown. And good slam. Luger now with right hands. 8 minutes left in the time limit. Throws him in, charging in. Puts him up on the top rope. He might be looking for that superplex. That is another move he has used to win many matches. Can he get him up? Yes! Middle of the ring. Luger feeling it. Might be going for the rack right here. What a low blow. Did the referee see that or turn a blind eye to it? I think Luger was trying to sneak behind him and put him up in that rack, and Martel knew it. Delivered a low blow and a good side salto suplex, and Martel really fired up here. Goes after the eyes. He is really punishing Luger. Kicked him right in the back. Luger's back cracked when it hit the mat. And when he kicked him, can he turn him over? That's his move. The Boston Crab. He turned him away from the ropes. Luger's in trouble. Luger crying out in pain. He gave up. He gave up. What an upset. With 7 minutes left in the time limit, Martel forces Luger to quit. Fans are stunned. They can't think of the last time Lex Luger submitted. But that just goes to show the punishment that Martel inflicted on the back of Luger throughout this matchup. It was this move right here. Luger landed badly. His back cracked.
Here is your winner, Rick the Model Martel.
And Medusa's Militia, very happy. Medusa beaming at ringside. Her man victorious over Lex Luger. Missy, I can't believe it. Luger is going to have to be checked over by a medical team. Don't go away, wrestling fans. We have 2 more matches for you. Tommy Rich taking on Vader. And of course the World Tag Team titles on the line. Welcome back, fans. It is time for singles action. Tommy Rich makes his way to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tennessee, weighing in at 235 pounds, Tommy.
Tommy Rich makes his way to the ring. Tremendous ovation for Wildfire. They were hoping to see more of the same that he brought to us 2 weeks ago when he took Vader to that time limit draw. Nearly 2 weeks ago. About a week and a half. Looking ahead, fans, of course, we have our show on Saturday, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, Night 2 of Starrcade. And of course, in December, late in December, we're going to have the WCW Japan Super Show when we travel to Tokyo. And Vader, of course, is getting a world title shot there, regardless of the outcome here tonight.
And his opponent from the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 456 pounds, Vader!
You can be sure that if Tommy Rich wins here tonight, he'll be in line for a world title shot as well, against whoever the champion is after Saturday, either Magnum TA or Ric Flair. He would have to wait in line, however. It could very well be a case where If Rich should win tonight, he could find himself taking on Vader perhaps for the world title. If Vader should win the title in Tokyo. A lot of what-ifs remain, depending on what happens here tonight. And after Saturday. Magnum TA hoping to regain the world title. Ric Flair has already done that. He's a two-time champion. Fans hoping to see an upset. They want Tommy Rich to win this one. There's not a lot of love for Vader in the house tonight. Many expected Vader to pummel Rich 2 weeks ago, or nearly 2 weeks ago. That did not happen. Tommy Rich is no pushover. And we're about to begin. Sit back and enjoy this one. 15-minute time limit. Charging in. Not a good move there on the part of Rich. Vader just shrugged him away and now runs him over and a knee right to the face. And this is not where Tommy Rich wants to find himself. On the opposite end of a shellacking. Big splash in the corner. Measures him. Double axe handle right between the shoulder blades. Military press. Drives him down. Vader now twisting the head of Rich. Nice punch there. Caught him right in the breadbasket. Beautiful snapmare, and that's where Tommy Rich needs to keep Vader on the mat. Keep him grounded. Vader, though, picks him up, at least to a sitting position. Vader just collapsed. And Rich going after the leg. Sawing it back and forth. Kicked him between the eyes. And now drives a knee to the back of the head. And again, Rich wrestling a smart match. But there, that might be the mistake. That might cost him. Vader with a suplex. Went for that roundhouse kick. Vader avoided it. You can be sure Vader studied the film. Looked back and watched what he did wrong that allowed Tommy Rich not to get squashed. Into the ropes. Reversal here. Double underhook. Into a power bomb. Great move there by Vader. Lateral press. One. That might be all. No, a 1 count. Rich has a lot of heart, a lot of fight in that youngster. Actually, he's a veteran, but he looks young. Picks him up. Going for the suplex, but instead just drops him face first. Rich, though, captures the leg. Good dragon screw. And Rich going after the wrist. Bangs it against the mat. Covered here by Tommy. Leg hooked. Easy kick out by Vader. You won't pin Vader that easily. Tommy was hoping to catch him by surprise, I suppose. Vader slams him down. Leaping elbow drop. And Rich in a lot of trouble. This is kind of what we expected the last time these two met. And we're actually getting it now. Vader just manhandling Wildfire Tommy Rich, working very fast. Not giving Rich a lot of time to catch his breath. And I think that was the mistake. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Vader gave the man too much time to recover. But this time just working quickly, taking it to him. And Vader going up top. Looking for that big splash. It's a knee drop right across the chest. Trying to cave it in. Vader now. Big forearm blast. And runs him over, clapping the ears. Vader has him up. Rich trying to fight back. Grabs the arm. Takes Vader to his knees. Now to the mat. Bending back the thumb. Good move here by Rich. Again, Vader making that mistake, giving Rich time to recover. Stomps him between the eyes. Tommy now. Good amateur wrestling on display, rolling him over. Into a chin lock. Almost a version of that crossface. And now Rich wasting a little bit of time here. Going back after the leg. That's a good strategy. Try to target those legs. Keep the man from being able to get to his feet. Covered here by Wildfire. Hooks the leg. One. Gets a 1 count. Vader just too strong. Vader got to his feet fast. Look out. But Rich ready for him. No, Vader caught the leg and clothesline. He ran wildfire over with that clothesline. What's Vader doing here? Rich is up on the apron. Vader's going to redirect, call an audible. Not sure what he was planning. But there's a belly-to-belly suplex back into the ring. Vader just yelled, it's Vader time. And he's looking for that choke slam. Can he get Tommy up? Yeah. He planted him. And Vader not done with him. Picks him back up. Looking for the power bomb. It is Vader time in Atlanta. Drives him to the mat. Cover. Leg hooked. 1, 2. You can count to 100. And this is kind of what we expected over a week and a half ago. Vader dominant as he looks toward Tokyo in his world title match. It's either Ric Flair or Magnum TA. He doesn't care. He wants him in the ring. And Vader dominant here tonight. Don't go away. It is time for the main event. World Tag Team titles on the line. Sit back and enjoy this one. And the challengers make their way to the ring. They did not come alone. There you see Baby Doll. Tully's Perfect 10. And also James J. Dillon, the manager of the Four Horsemen. Anderson and Blanchard looking confident and determined. They would love to capture the World Tag Team titles here tonight. It would mean that the Horsemen, at least temporarily, would have control of all 3 world titles. The World Television title held by Barry Windham. The World Championship held by Ric Flair. And of course, that would mean Anderson and Blanchard were World Tag Team Champions. And they are the only members of the Horsemen without titles. So a lot to prove here tonight for the Horsemen. Can they get it done? Tremendous ovation for Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express, the World Tag Team Champions, in their first reign. It has lasted 124 days. Will it extend past tonight? That remains to be seen. This is a big challenge for them. Anderson has defeated, I believe, both men in singles action in recent weeks. The Rock and Roll Express, of course, captured those titles from the Midnight Express. The Midnight Express wasted no time in picking up the secondary titles, those U.S. tag belts. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
World Tag Team, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, on the way to the ring. At a combined weight of 466 pounds, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, the Four Horsemen. The Enforcer, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and their opponents. At a combined weight of 469 pounds, they are the Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express.
This is the main event, and we will stay with you to bring you the exciting conclusion. If we run a little late, I apologize. We'll just have to tune into the Bengals game a little bit late. Or you can always pause it. You can pause this and resume it later, after the Bengals hopefully win. 30-minute time limit in this one. Anderson trying to get under the skin of Ricky Morton, calling him some names there. And a cover, hooks the leg. Easy kick out by Morton. You're not going to pin him that easily. Anderson now, good. Looks like a right hand. He is left-handed. Drops him face first to the mat. Morton. Anderson was celebrating too early, and now Morton from behind. He missed the first blow, but did not miss that Russian leg sweep. Clubbing blow there by Ricky. Whips him into the corner. Clothesline. Stomping away on Anderson in the corner. Yanks him out. Morton taking it to Double A. Tag made to Robert. Double team coming up by the Express. Great move there by Ricky and Robert. Anderson trying to crawl over and tag Tully Blanchard. Little concerned that the Rock and Roll Express have nobody in their corner, and you see Baby Doll and James J. Dillon out there. Baby Doll just circling him. Good left hand there by Double A. Now a tag made to Tully Blanchard. Wicked chop. And now Blanchard has him up. Shoulder breaker. Great move. Cover. Great win this past Saturday by Ric Flair and Tully Blanchard over Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. Tully looked great in that matchup. Inverted atomic drop. Tully looking to be a great tag team wrestler, but he's a great singles wrestler in his own right. But really excelling as of late in tag team action. He would love to be rewarded with a World Tag Team title here tonight. Trying to force Gibson to submit. Gibson slips free. Anderson, of course, is a former World Television Champion. Gibson has a big right hand. Tully yet to win a title here in WCW. Could this be his night? A knee right across the chest. Gibson and Morton looking to extend that reign. They would love to hold on to those belts for a long time. When you think back to the old days of wrestling, a lot of those guys almost seem like they wanted to retire with the titles. I guess Gibson and Morton would take that too. Could you imagine a 30-year title reign? Good heads-up move there by Tully Blanchard. He moved out of the way and Gibson cracked his knee against the turnbuckle. Cover here by Tully. Gets a 1 count. Hope you enjoy this night. This Thanksgiving evening. Make the most of it. Good kick to the midsection. Do something you like to do, something fun. Picks him up. Slams him down. Kick in the neck. Anderson has him up. Slams him down. Cover here by the Enforcer. Gets a 1 count. Good snapmare. Snaps the head down. Locking up the leg. Cover here by the Enforcer. They have really worked over Robert Gibson in the last few minutes of this matchup. Anderson drives him into the corner. Good teamwork here by Anderson and Blanchard. Anderson's got the leg trapped, wrapped around the ropes, until he comes over and kicks him. He kicked the kneecap, trying to shatter it. Anderson refusing to leave the ring. He has until the count of 5 to get out of there or he'll be disqualified. And he wisely gets out of the ring. Things looking very good right now for the Horsemen. The Rock and Roll Express in a lot of trouble. Good kick right to the belly button. Now raking the eyes across the top rope. Good move there by Blanchard. And Blanchard looking for the figure 4. He's got it locked in. Gibson in trouble. Can he turn it over? He's going to try here. I think Gibson has the size advantage and he's able to reverse it. And that's going to force Blanchard to break it as the pressure gets reversed to the legs of the man applying that figure 4. Good shot there by Gibson. really knocked the wind out of Tully Blanchard. He collapsed against the ropes. 24 minutes remain in the time limit. And we are now at 8 o'clock, on the East Coast. Vicious chop there by Tully. As you know, I'm in Dayton, Ohio. It always kind of surprises me that we're considered East Coast, at least Eastern time. You think we'd be in the Central time zone. Good hip toss. We're just in that awkward position to where we're not really Central, I suppose, but not really East either. We're east of Chicago. Gibson looking for the Bulldog. There it is. He lands it. Cover here. Could be all. No. Anderson makes the save. He was lucky to get in there. Couple of rights there by the enforcer. As you know, he's a southpaw, but delivering right hands. Morton with a good block. Anderson climbing the ropes. Until he has regained control here for the Horseman. Ricky Morton was coming in with a head of steam, but that really died down as Tully got the upper hand. Big slam there by Double A. That's a move he doesn't go to very often, but it looked effective. Morton slips free. Actually, Indiana, which is the state to the west of Ohio, I think they're on the Central time zone. Or are they East? Are they Eastern? Good move there by Morton. I think they're actually on the Eastern time zone, but they refused to set their clocks back in October or November, whenever it is now, for daylight savings time. Good move there by Morton. Cover here by Ricky. One. Anderson kicked out. Tully was there to make the save in case he needed to. And he'll deliver a backdrop suplex just for good measure. 22 minutes left in the time limit. This is a match that could very well go to a time limit draw. Both teams so evenly matched. But right now, Anderson taking it to Ricky Morton, picking him apart. He's going to turn him over. Boston Crab really leaning back. Morton trying to use the leg strength to kick free, and he does. That kick just looked like it enraged Jordan Anderson, and he floored him with a clothesline, and now raining down right hands right between the eyes. Anderson picks him up, looking forward. I think he was going for the spine buster. Good counter there by Ricky Morton. He saw it coming, but he clipped the leg. He took it out from underneath Ricky Morton. A chop shot, or a chop block is what I'm trying to say. Sleeper hold here by Double A. Ricky Morton thrashing the arms around and drives the chin into the top of the head. Desperation move, but it worked. Morton gets out. Beautiful drop kick. Right on the button. And that is the move the Rock and Roll Express needed to turn this match around. Look out for Tully Blanchard. Look out, Ricky. From behind, a cheap shot. Come on, ref. Don't let him do this. A suplex onto the floor. A reverse suplex. Here comes Robert over. But Tully's ready for him. He takes his legs out from underneath him. Cheap job there by Tully Blanchard right when the Rock and Roll Express were turning the match around. A countout's not going to help the Horsemen. I mean, they'll give them the win, but they won't get the titles. Ricky's got him up. Ricky's ready for Double A and drops him face first over the apron. Here comes Tully. Here comes Tully. Went for the clothesline. Morton ducked it, but could not avoid that Russian leg sweep on the floor. Come on, Robert. Help out your partner. Robert just standing there, being a Boy Scout. Anderson throws him back in the ring. And Ricky makes the tag. Robert coming in. Anderson just clobbered him with a left and another. The momentum has really shifted, favoring the Horsemen. Cover here. Less than 20 minutes remain in the time limit. They may not need it. Near fall. We almost had new champions right there. Gibson just got the shoulder up. Tag made to Tully Blanchard. He's going to wrap the other leg around the rope. It was the other leg earlier, and this time Tully kicks the kneecap. They're trying to shatter both knees. Again, double teaming the Rock and Roll Express. Bill Scott needs to get Anderson out of the ring, and he does. Tully, right hand. Tully looking for the pile driver. Can he get him up? He rocked him. We might have new champions right here. Tully not going for the cover. Could be a mistake. Could have been a mistake there, not going for the cover. Robert slips free. Beautiful drop kick. He caught him on the kisser. And now Gibson going up top. High risk move. He's a long way away from Tully. Can he land it? Went for the drop kick and got nothing but air. Looked like a kicker trying to go for a 65-yard field goal. Coming up short. Monkey flip there by Gibson. And Robert measuring Tully again. And Gibson swinging a neck breaker. Anderson's got the referee distracted. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Should be over right there. There was no referee. And a near fall. And Gibson not letting it bother him here, but from behind, Anderson, another cheap shot. Anderson's lucky they have not been disqualified here. A lot of double teaming from the Horsemen. And Tully's just going to go for the cover. Gibson's down. 2. Kicks out. Gibson was able to kick out. Blanchard now. Snapmare. Traps the arm. Trying to break that arm. Wrenching the back on it. What a match here for the World Tag Team titles. So glad you're with us. Good punch to the midsection. Throws him in. Good clothesline. He hit Morton and Gibson. A 2-for-1 there. That clothesline connected against both men. And now Morton's off the apron. Tully measuring Gibson, front face lock. Throws him into the corner. Some elbows to the side of the head. Really rocking him. And now Tully is going for a figure 4. Once more on Gibson. Gibson turned it over the last time. Can he do it again? Can we get an encore performance? And yes, we will. Good job of reversing the pressure. That'll force Blanchard to break the hold. Gibson now. Good kick right to the belly button. And now Blanchard with an elbow. He rocked him. Really rocked the head of Gibson. You saw it whipping. Just jerking up as he connected. 16 minutes remain in the time limit. And Blanchard now has Gibson in the corner. Knife edge chop. Just pouring down insults into the face of Gibson. Double team again. The Horsemen mastering that double team here tonight. Double underhook arm suplex. Another quick tag and Blanchard back in there. We are fast approaching 15 minutes. This match has been going on for 15 minutes. But Blanchard might be looking to put it to an end here. Slingshot suplex. That's it. That's it. That's his move. But there's Morton. Blanchard yelling at Ricky. Right hand. And down goes Ricky. He won't be able to help his partner. Cover. Can he hold him down? Come on, Robert. Kick out. It's over. We have new World Tag Team Champions crowned here tonight at Starrcade at the Omni. The Horsemen now controlling 3 of the major championships in WCW. They've got the World title. They've got the World TV title. And now Anderson and Blanchard hold the World Tag Team titles, the most prestigious titles in tag team wrestling. Now around the waists of the Horsemen. Let's get the official word.
Here are your winners and the new World Tag Team, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, the 4 Horsemen.
Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you again on Saturday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time. The Horsemen control the world.